Yes, good evening, everybody. Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me and see me clearly? Yes, okay, lovely. Okay. We'll just wait for 5 minutes to begin with the webinar. Okay. So I'm getting responses saying that you all are able to hear me and see me very, very clearly. Lovely. Okay. Okay. How many of you all have attended my webinars before, or this is the first time? You all can quickly type in the Q&A section because there's no chat box here. Okay, a lot of you are attending for the first time. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, okay, fine. Okay. We start at dot six. Okay, a lot of you are first timers. Okay, fine. Okay, for those of you who have just joined, we are starting in the next 2 minutes. We are starting the webinar at sharp 6 o'clock. Uh, a lot of you are typing questions in the Q&A. So I'll be answering all your questions in the very end. Don't worry, we have a specific time allotted to that. So I'll be answering all your questions, right? Good evening, everybody. Good evening. So Kishan, there is no chat option in this. There is Q&A, and you will have to type in the Q&A only. So you type, you can, it's going to be anyways a very very interactive session. So whatever it is, you will have to type in the Q&A. Okay, so let's begin with today's session. So September, exams are really close, and I understand a lot of you are really, really stressed out. So today we are going to talk about specific exam strategies, how you can, present in a very good way, and third, how to handle exam stress. So these are the three topics we are going to cover. Now, because I asked you all, and a lot of you all told me you are attending my mentoring session for the first time. So we had previously had these sessions for the May attempt. CA test series had arranged the same, but because of because many of you are new, let me just give you a brief introduction about myself. I am CA Supriya Samant. I cleared my CA in 2011. After that, I was working for Mukundam Chitra and Company, and then I joined PwC. I was in PwC for more than 4+ years, and mostly in the field of taxation. In 2018, we co-founded Antar Laksha. Now, why this program was started, the mentorship program was one, to help students with their strategy and planning, and second, mindset, because it's very important that you are in the great state of mind in this entire preparation period and when your exams are going on. And I've worked with more than 10,000 students so far and received wonderful testimonials, and it's great collaborating with CA test series. We've had many webinars, and this is one of it. So I know time is very very precious now, and not wasting your time at all, let's start with today's session, right? So I will directly jump to the point, right? Yes. So all of you all, as I told you all are typing a lot of things. So just be a little patient. Let's have the webinar, right? That time you can interact and, whatever I'm saying, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. But about the specific strategies for the upcoming attempt, right? That you can ask me in the very end. So we'll keep some time for Q&A. So you can, ask me all your questions then. Okay. So all with me. Can we start with today's session then? Yes. Okay. Fine. So, as I told you all, we are going to talk about 9 tips for effective last phase preparation, what you should be doing in the next 18 days, how to approach MCQ based questions, tips to score well in exams, both practical and theory, how you can present really, really well, and exam stress. So, how you can handle exam stress in a much, much better way, right? And last, don't worry, I'll be answering all your questions. So, you can keep all your questions parked for the very end, right? But we'll keep this a very, very interactive session. So, please, whatever I'm asking you all, I will really like it if you all can type in your Q&A session, right? Renuka is saying that she cannot hear me clearly. Am I audible clearly to all of you, or Renuka is facing some network challenge? Can you all quickly tell me, please? Yes, okay, all can hear me clearly. Lovely, lovely. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, so let's start. Now, now the 18 days, how you use them and your exam days is very, very important. So I'm going to give you very easy to follow tips which you have to do in these 18 days, right? First and foremost, I am hoping that all of you all by now have finished your conceptual understanding phase and are very thorough with the concepts and have written your mocks, right? So I hope that each one of you all at least have written one set of 100 marks mock, right? It's very, very important for each subject. Minimum to minimum 100 marks mock test you have written at this point of time, because once you write a mock, you will understand that where is it that you stand and what are your weak areas. So this is the time to evaluate like what went wrong in your mock results and what are your weak areas that you have to work on at this stage, right? Second point is, it's very very important that you have planned your 1.5 exam days. So what I mean is, your exams is alternate days, right? So it's very, very essential that one set of mock you write in your exam style. Because what happens is we all are studying for so many months, but how well you use your exam days is very, very crucial. What happens is when exams are happening, we are all very, very stressed out, nervous. We don't know how to go about with the exams. So at that stage, what will really, really help you is if you have a mock in these 18 days, right, in the balance 18 days, one set exactly in the exam style, right? So what I mean by that is, your exam is alternate days, right? So what exactly are you going to do once you come back from your paper? The next whole day, what you're going to study, and in the morning. See, if you do that mock now, what will happen is you will be very, very comfortable. You would have marked whatever is very, very important that you have to see in those days, and the tension, how to cover, what to cover, that will go away, and your exams will be very, very smooth. So very important, you write at least one set of papers exactly in the exam style. So you have absolutely planned your exam days. Now, how do I cover those 1.5 days? See, what you can do is once you're back from a paper, anyways, you'll be a little exhausted. So you can take the easy chapters in the evening once you're back from the paper. Next day, you can keep for all the important topics which you know are high weightage topics. CA Test Series has given a ABC analysis. You can visit their website. You can go through the ABC analysis and you will know what is very, very important, right? And the next morning, you can just keep for revision or things which have been pending, right? Next. At this stage, what I will highly recommend is don't do any new syllabus in these balance days because we are very, very close to exam. Instead, what you have done, do it really well. So just revise what you have done before. Don't try to do new things now. Instead, what you've done, ensure that you are very, very thorough and you will be able to score marks, right? After that, one thing that you need to remember is when you did the concepts, you covered everything, but at this stage, you will not be able to cover everything in detail, right? So not possible to cover everything in the revision phase. It is very important that you have marked what is very, very important by now, right? In revision, you cannot go through every single problem. You'll have to go through the important ones and trust yourself that you'll be able to apply your knowledge and answer the paper. So if, a lot of you all are those who have not yet done the markings, so please ensure that your markings are already done, right? So ensure that these markings are done so that you know how you have to cover your 1.5 days also. Like exam days, what is it that is very crucial that you have to cover? After that, now since we have, as I told you, 18 days, you can keep the next 2 to 3, the 3 days before your first paper exclusively to the first paper and focusing on that. And rest 16 days, you can divide the balance subjects depending on your strengths and weaknesses. I'm sure by now you have a fair idea. You must have written a mock, so you know where is it that you stand. So please spend time on your weaknesses. So instead of doing things which are new, do things which you've done before and you want to be very, very thorough with it. So don't take any new concepts or chapters at this point of time. Next is, during exams, use the 15 minutes reading time well to strategize how you're going to write the paper, right? And always attempt whatever you're very sure first, and that will help you score, right? So the 15 minutes reading time is very crucial. Now also when you write your mock, as I told you, please write at least one set of mocks exactly in the exam style. Just ensure that you are using, like, you're taking out 15 minutes of reading time, right? And ensuring that you are using that reading time well and you're strategizing so that you're not directly doing that in exams, but in mocks also you are trying to use that 15 minutes to strategize and help you write your papers. Next, very important, if a paper is very difficult, do not just give up, right? Don't be disheartened. Don't just feel that all my efforts have gone waste. No, at that point of time, what is very important is you are very, very calm and composed and you're strategizing well. So at least ensure that, see, you have been preparing so many months. So at least if you don't know 100%, you will be surely able to attempt 50% of the paper. So if the paper is extremely difficult, you ensure that you're getting your 50 marks. Strategize in such a way that at least I'm getting my 50, right? And rest of it, then you can attempt, you can try solving. But first, finish off the things which you know really, really well. And very important is don't get disheartened if a paper is difficult and give up on your paper. So it happened to me, like, in my my first paper was very, very difficult and I thought I'm not going to clear. And then I didn't study properly and I ruined my next exam. But somehow I managed to pass in that particular paper. So what I mean is, it's very unpredictable. So if one paper is difficult, don't let it impact other papers, right? So once you're back home, just focus on the next paper. What has happened and it cannot change. Okay, so these are the tips, 9 things that you need to keep in mind at this stage when you're so close to exams. Right, now the next part that we're going to talk about is how to approach MCQ based questions. Now, as MCQs play a very, very important role, right? 30 marks. So let's understand how you need to approach these MCQs. Okay. First, scan the question, right? And opt for the easiest MCQs. So what will happen is, once when you opt for the easiest MCQs, that will give you confidence, right? Second, read each question twice and the options twice before selecting. Please don't be in a haste to just simply quickly write it, like quickly give the answer. Read it carefully. Check your answer after 10 to 15 questions and then mark in your OMR, right? So first you finish off 10 to 15 questions and then you've checked that what you've written is right. Then you mark in your OMR. So don't wait to solve all the 30 to recheck. It will be very tiring and cumbersome. Instead, finish 10 to 15, recheck, then move on to the next set. After that, attempt the ones you do not know, because there's no negative marking. So no negative marking, sorry. So please ensure that you're attempting all your MCQs, right? And attempt MCQs before subjective questions and aim to complete these MCQs under 45 minutes. And you can do the rough work of these MCQs at the end of the answer sheet. Now, what many times Institute does is, they'll give you the wrong answers and they'll give you an explanation also. Like, obviously one option will be right, rest will be wrong. So to confuse you, they will be giving the reasoning also for the wrong answer. So don't let that confuse you. When you're sure that this is the answer, even if the reason is provided for the other answer, don't get confused. Stick to what you know is right? Because they are trying to purposely confuse you. So far with me, everybody? Yes? Okay, moving on to the next thing. How do I score good in practical exams, right? Some tips which will help you score well and present well in these exams, right? First, giving short headings to your calculation. So after this, I'm going to show you all some ideal answers, and so that you know how it is to be actually done, right? So give short headings. So when you're moving from one part of an solution to the other, give a short heading that what exactly you're doing, right? Second, properly mention the option and reason when an option is chosen. Decision making in costing accounts, SFM, is very, very important, right? Your concepts have to be very, very clear to make the right decision. So always when you choose, mention the option and the reason why you have chosen so and so option. Third, highlight headings for different options. Do not directly start solving, right? So just don't write 1, 2, 3, 4. Write the particular heading also, right? Write question numbers clearly. Do not overwrite. So that is very important for very, very silly things like, not writing the question number properly. Students lose marks, right? So ensure that you're writing your question numbers very, very clearly. Moving on to the next thing, avoid overwriting where you think it is inevitable. I have to overwrite. Don't do that. cut that and write again, right? So just strike it off and write again. Okay. For numeric figures, mention the format, whether it is in lakhs, thousands, crores, or units. Also use principle of rounding off correctly for decimals. So a lot of students, they just write the figures. They are not mentioning the, what is it? Is it in lakhs, thousands, or in which units, right? That is very, very important. See, now when I'm telling you, it seems like very, very minute things that, always we remember. But we have seen students making such mistakes and losing out marks. So such small, small things, I really want you all to make a note of it so that you ensure that, you don't lose out your marks because of such small, small petty things which seem small, but in the end, you end up losing your marks, right? Okay. Just a second. Okay, so if you have a very, very short solution, write formula and the main answer instead of working notes for short solution. It will help you save time and score good marks also, right? Give appropriate heading to accounts or statement, right? Also mention the company name. A lot of students just miss mentioning the company name. Proper format of statements like balance sheet need to be followed with the categories and subcategories, right? And be very honest, if your balance sheet does not tally, if it is incorrect, it's okay, but don't, if you know it is wrong but you're still mentioning the total, please don't do that, right? If balance sheet doesn't tally, mention the correct total. State necessary assumptions and notes wherever necessary. So presentation is very, very important. It gives the examiner the confidence. See, it's not that only rankers need to present really, really, really well. Someone at a stage of clearing and not clearing, that presentation matters there also. So ensure that you're presenting very well, right? Okay, so I'll run you through some pointers like which I told you and how people tend to make mistakes. Now, if you see in this, the student has jumped from part A to part B and has not mentioned what is this part B. So it is very important you give proper headings and subheadings, right? Again, in this case, when you move on from part A to part 2, you have to write clearly that what are these two set of like present and proposed for what, for which unit. So be very, very specific, maybe for 9 lakh units, or what is it, what are the calculations that you're making, right? Headings and explaining it is very, very important. Right now, if you're in this case, if you see that person, he has not written the answer correctly, like it will confuse the examiner. What is it 6 or it is 5? And if your examiner is someone who will not bother to check, you will just end up losing the entire marks. So very, very important, ensure that the question number is written very, very clearly. Right now, in this case, it's a very short solution. So instead of giving the formula in the working notes, it's directly given here, right? So you can do that. It will help you save time also. And also here, if you see, the student has given the, just written the figures. It's not mentioned whether in thousands or lakhs or it is some units. So as I told you, ensure you write the format of these figures, lakhs, thousands, or whatever units it is, right? As I told you, when the answer is short, you can directly write the formula here. It is absolutely okay. It will help you save your time also. Yes. And very, very important, in balance sheet, stick to the format and also mention the company name, not just the consolidated balance sheet or as on so and so date, right? Company name is also needed. So these small things are something which will help you score good marks, right? So there's a difference between somebody scoring and not scoring. So these are the things that will help you score more marks. Okay, now we move on to theory. Theory, if you don't remember section, you may write as per provisions of the act, but don't mention a wrong section number, right? If you've forgotten, it's okay at that point. It's very good that you stated, but in case you've forgotten, just mention as per provisions of the act. Next is remembering the title of the act and the year is very, very important. The more technical words you can use, the better, right? So the more multiple number of times you're doing a particular thing, right, the more you will be able to remember the technical words. So very important, wherever possible, try to use technical language when you're writing theory papers. Okay, moving on to the next thing. Keep your answers to the point and brief. It is not that if you write a lot, you're going to score a lot of marks. What is important is you're writing to the point and brief, right? Present your points as a list wherever possible. This will increase the chances of the points being read by the evaluator. Number the points numerically instead of alphabetically, right? So wherever you're listing it down, please ensure it's numerical and not alphabetic. Present examples and illustrations frequently wherever required. Next is underline keywords in your answers. This is a must to enhance your point being noticed by the evaluator. So what happens is, obviously, so many things they have to check, so many papers. So when you're highlighting, it gets easier for them to know, and they know that you have covered all the important points, right? Conclude the answer by giving the crux of the details provided, or take up one side of coin, yes or no, if opinion is asked. So just don't mention in the end that this is why, what is your opinion? Also, why it is your opinion. So conclusion is also very, very important. Do not use short forms like AGM. Please, I know it is tedious, but you have to write full forms, write annual general meeting. Don't just write AGM, right? Don't use short forms. In audit, 2 to 3 short paras of 4 to 5 lines each is better than full page answer, right? In case of descriptive answers, questions that use words like describe and discuss. So that time you can divide your answer in 4 to 5 lines short paragraphs. When they ask you for a comparison, please tabulate the comparative points in a columnar fashion. When you answer questions for alternatives, techniques, or opinion, when they ask you for a comparison, you can tabulate it. Okay, and when you feel that I have forgotten something, I might have some more points to cover. It's okay, you can leave some space and start a new answer. And if you get time, you can always come back there. So it's okay if you leave some space. And very important, write to the point answers in exam. The examiner will figure out in a minute whether you have the knowledge or you're just filling the pages to increase the quantity. So don't bluff. Whatever you know, just write it properly and to the point. Okay. Now, how do I present theory questions, right? In the first paragraph, write the provisions from the act and the section number or reference to the act. Explain the provision if you've written the one which you've written in the first paragraph. When your answer, whatever answer you're giving, right, how is it related to this? How is the question related to the answer that you're giving? And give a conclusion to the question if possible. If an opinion is asked, it's not, just do not give the crux. So what I mean is, just don't write that so and so you're concluding. Always ensure that you are explaining why you are doing that. Always ensure that your conclusion is very maybe at times examiner just sees the conclusion, right? So ensure that you also write that why you're giving so and so conclusion, right? If they are asking a specific case study based question, then you define the case, the facts of the case, situation and problem in the case, right? And then you come to the solution of the case, right? Conclusion of the case in the end with a short reason, right? So case study, there's a particular format in which you have to mention it. So always defining the case and the facts of the case that you're quoting. Just don't write the case. Very, very important that you're mentioning about the case also, writing about the facts of the case also, right? So a lot of students, what they do, just write the name of the case. That's not enough. You have to write the facts of the case and how it is correlating to your answer. That is very, very important. Okay, so as I told you all, we will try to cover two parts and try to keep it as precise as possible, right? So now coming to the second part, I know all of you all are really, really stressed out at this time. So I will try to give you all very, very simple things which you all can do to help you be, I cannot say stress free, but a little less stressed out, right? Because stress will happen, but we can manage stress. So let's go to the second part is how to handle exam stress. Right. So as I told you all, we'll take all the questions in the end. Don't worry about it at all. I'm going to cover all your questions. Right. Okay. So just tell me for y'all, I'm going to ask you four, like there are four reasons what is causing exam stress. So I want to understand in your case, what is the main cause of exam stress? You're very scared, fear of failure. First thing that is coming to your mind is, what if I don't pass, right? This question is repeating multiple times in your head and you're not able to focus. Or it is high expectations, you like everybody is expecting that you are going to clear anyhow this time, and this expectation is really, really scaring you and causing a lot of exam stress. Or is it lack of preparation, that you feel that I have not put in my best efforts, I can do many more things but I'm not doing it? Or time pressure, you feel that now so much you have to study but time is very, very limited. Or you're comparing yourself to all your friends and peers and you feel that everybody else is prepared but you're not. So what is your number one reason at this stage? I would really like to know your answers. Okay, not revised properly, expectation of parents, high expectations, time pressure. Okay. So mostly it is expectations, time pressure. Okay. So very few of you all are facing fear of failure. I'm so glad. So most of you all are worried about expectations, is it? Okay, and time. See, time, even if I tell you all your exam is in November, next November, still that stress is going to be there. With CA exams, you will always feel that pressure, right? How much ever time we give you, right? Or, okay, more students are saying, haven't studied enough, lack of preparation, taking too much time to revise, right? So see, all these things are very, very normal. With CA, it happens like how much ever you prepare, you feel that have not studied enough, and you keep having those feelings. But once you have done it well, then you have to have faith that yes, I will be able to use whatever I've studied, I'll be able to reproduce and write it really, really well in my exams. Now what happens is, if I take the stress, one, it creates difficulty in concentration and remembering. So there's cognitive overload, right? You start getting headaches, fatigue, insomnia, right? Or it takes an emotional toll on you. You are very, very anxious, irritable, hopeless, right? What is happening with you? What is it that is stressing you out? Like, what are the symptoms? Are you very anxious? Are you getting very angry? Or you're very hopeless? Or do you face headaches also? Headaches are also a reason of stress. What is happening to you all? Headaches. Oh, okay. Crying spells, anxiety. See, so you all realize you all are not alone. Everybody goes through this, right? This phase is only like that. So as I told, okay, Sharayu saying that she feels like leaving CA. So this is just, see, what I would like to add now is, all these feelings that you all are getting, if you just think about it, it is not reality, right? This is your mind is creating all this for you. Now, if you see anxiety, headache, all this is happening because you are just worried about the outcome, right? What I can tell you all is, if you use this 18 days well, whatever you have done till now, just ensure you're revising, you're writing your mocks well, right? Don't do anything new. All these things will help you ensure that your preparation is at a good stage, right? And so whatever you all are feeling, everybody is. So it's not you alone, right? So it's very normal. Your mind is playing all these games with you, right? So today I'll give you very, very simple techniques which you can easily include in your everyday, which will help you reduce stress, right? So very important, plan, right? At this stage, have a robust plan that how you're going to cover these balance 18 days, right? So when you organize it, that overwhelming feeling that is coming, that I don't know what I'm going to do. So as I told you, you have to do things you have done before. Please don't do anything new, right? So what you know now is, I have to work on my weak areas. I have to write at least one more set of mock in the exam style. So all these things, what you have to do in the next 18 days. So maybe after today's session, just take a time out and decide what is it that you have to do in these balance 18 days. So what happens is, it will help you reduce all this tension and anxiety, because when you don't know what is to be done, you tend to feel very, very overwhelmed, right? And also, that this is what I have to do and this I will not be able to do now. Like if I have not touched 2 topics or 3 topics of audit, I cannot do it now, right? So how to do it? Break down your syllabus into smaller manageable sections. Decide that what I'm going to cover in each subject. If something I've not touched, I will not do it now. Prioritize high impact topics, right? So I told you, you have your ABC analysis. So ensure you are going ahead according to the ABC analysis. So in case you have not done, I don't recommend leaving any portion, but in case you have not touched a certain part, C part of the analysis, so at this stage, don't go and do it. Instead, focus on getting your A and B part, right? And every day spending maybe 15-20 minutes doing MCQs, because MCQs are very, very important. And if you don't do regular practice of that, it will be difficult for you to actually manage in exams, right? So every day dedicate some time to MCQs. CA test series has a list of MCQs, subject wise and chapter wise. So please make maximum use of it, right? And that is free also. So please ensure that sometime every day in these 18 days, you're giving to MCQs, because 30 marks is something which is very high, right? So if you do regular practice along with all these things, it will help you score good marks, right? So set specific daily and weekly goals, right? And stick to the plan, but allow flexibility. Sometimes if things happen that, you're not able to study someday, it does happen that way. At that point, maybe you try to cover in the next 2 to 3 days, right? So have a timetable. At times it might go up and down, but try to stick to this timetable as much as possible. And use the this is known as the Pomodoro technique, wherein I understand at this point of time you tend to get very exhausted, right? So what you can do is, you can divide your study sessions in shorter slots. This technique tells you around 25 minutes, but I can say around 40-45 minutes you can study, right? So study for 40-45 minutes, take a short break, 5 to 7 minutes, again study for 40 to 45 minutes. So what happens is, you don't tend to get exhausted, right? So you can divide your study sessions in shorter slots, but very, very important is, in these breaks, you don't do anything that engages your mind, right? So no social media, YouTube in those 15 minutes break. Do things which relax your mind. So what you can do is listen to instrumental music, or do some deep breathing. If you have some small work at home, you can talk to your family members. So anything that simply relaxes your mind, do it in these breaks, right? So what will happen is, this will help you reduce the burnout also, right? So what I'm saying is, study 45 minutes, take a short break, again study for 45 minutes. So you've studied like 1.5 hours. After that, you can take a 15 minutes break. See, lunch and dinner break, you can take proper breaks. And you can relax. If you want to watch some series for some time just to relax yourself, you can do that, but not in between a study session, right? Okay. Now, second thing is mindfulness and relaxation techniques, simple techniques which will help you calm your mind, reduce your anxiety, and improve your focus. See, at this stage, usually in my one-to-one mentoring sessions, there are so many techniques that I give. But now that we are running short of time, and I'll just give you some things which you can very, very easily do. One thing you can do is simple deep breathing. Inhale deeply, hold on for some time, exhale slowly. You just sit down for 5 minutes and do it in your break time, or you feel very, very overwhelmed or anxious, you can do that, right? Or simply meditate. Nothing, just close your eyes and just focus on your normal breath. You can spend 5 to 10 minutes on that, right? The third technique is progressive muscle relaxation. So basically, every part of your body, you first have to tense it and then you have to relax it. So when you tense your body, like every part, maybe your hand, you're tensing your muscles and you relax them, it helps you remove your anxiety and your stress from that particular area. So you can do tensing from up to down, slowly, slowly, like, tensing your head, then your neck, then shoulders, and then all the way to your feet. So this is also a good technique to help you relax yourself and calm yourself down, right? So deep breathing, meditation, and progressive muscle relaxation. A very, very easy technique which everybody and anybody can do is, it will help you reduce your stress level also, is, breathing in for 4 counts, holding on for 4 counts, exhaling for 4 counts, again holding on for 4 counts. You don't inhale again, you hold on before you inhale. So 4 inhale. So 1, 2, 3, 4, you can count in your mind. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you inhale. You can do it for 5 minutes. You will see your stress level and mood change that is frequently happening. This is a very, very good technique to help you get over it. And it's very, very simple. Everybody can do it, right? Okay. Now, the third thing, which is very, very important, is exercise, because exercise releases endorphins that reduce your stress and improve your mood. So any form of exercise at this stage also, when you're so close to exams, I will still recommend, please exercise, right? If nothing else, just go for a walk, right? If you have a garden close by, go to a garden and just go for a walk. It is natural therapy. It naturally lifts up your mood, right? So just going for a simple walk, or just, jogging or dancing, anything for some time a day, or simple yoga exercises, anything which will help you move your body, right? That is something which will naturally help you release your stress and reduce your stress levels. Next is using positive affirmations and visualization. So positive affirmations are very, very powerful. And especially what you can do is, when you're doing positive affirmations, first, you, to calm your mind down, you can close your eyes. You can slowly back count, maybe from 50 to 1, very, very slowly. When you do back counting, your mind comes to a level known as alpha level, and at that time it's easy for you to make affirmations, because they get into your subconscious mind, right? So what you can do is close your eyes, maybe take 3, 4 deep breaths, slowly back count from 50 to 1. Then when you see your mind is calm and composed, you affirm to yourself all the positive affirmations that I am prepared, I can do this, right? All the things that you need for this particular exam, right? I'm very well prepared. I am going to write this exam very well, right? I can do this. Whatever you feel is your number one fear, you talk to yourself in such a way that you are doing it really, really well, right? I'm studying for long hours, or I'm very, very productive, right? And then once you have made those affirmations to yourself, then you can open your eyes, right? So affirmations are very, very powerful, especially after you do the back counting, because they get into the subconscious mind, right? And you can also write down these affirmations in front of you. You can write it on a paper and stick it in front of you wherever you're sitting to study, so that your mind regularly sees that. Also, visualizing that you're writing your papers very well, visualizing that you are receiving the results. That is also a very, very powerful way of imagining the things that you want, right? And ensuring that the process is very, very easy going. So usually what happens is, when we are in the exam center, it is a very, very uncomfortable situation for us, right? But in your mind, if you have imagined that situation, that you have actually gone to a center, you've written your exam, and the exam was really, really good, and you have also got the results that you want, then your mind feels, I have done this multiple times. And when you actually go to the exam center, it helps you feel very, very comfortable. Obviously, you will be a little anxious, but this helps you reduce your anxiousness, So one thing you can do is when you're visualizing, actually visualize the emotions you want, because when the brain feels that this is actually happening when emotions are included. So if you can do a 5 minutes visualization every day in these days, it will help your mind to be calm and composed. Also, you can actually make your mark sheet and imagine the marks you want and keep, you can, wherever you're sitting, right, on your table, put that mark sheet so that you're giving that mind, what future you want, what you really want for yourself. So affirmations and visualization are two powerful techniques which will help you reduce your exam stress and help you work in the right direction. So help you channelize your mind to help your mind work and be very, very productive during these days, right? And the next thing is journaling. Now, why journaling is so important is it helps you, vent out whatever you're feeling, however negative or whatever it is. If it is extreme negative, you can just tear it out, right? You can just tear out the paper. That is also fine. But when you write down your emotions and feelings, it helps your mind declutter, right? See, writing is so powerful because I'll just give you an example. When somebody has given you a handmade card, you actually feel those emotions, right? Similarly, when you write down your emotions, however negative they are, when you write it down, it helps you reduce the intensity of those negative emotions. And then after that, you can just tear away that paper, right? So, journaling, writing down, expressing is a very, very powerful technique to help you reduce your stress. Another thing that you can do is gratitude journal. So when you're feeling very negative, just write down, or if you're not getting that time, you may just count your blessings. Because once you just do this exercise, you're feeling horrible, just think of the things that you are grateful for, things which you have actually got without really working for it. Maybe your house, your parents, all the things that you have, right? Your all the facilities, things which you have in your life and you've really not worked hard for it. These are the things which help you change that your negative mindset to a positive one, and then you can come back to your studies. So gratitude practice is a very, very powerful practice to help you reduce your anxiety levels and your negativity. Right. So all of y'all, just tell me, did y'all find these techniques useful? I tried to keep them as simple as possible because we are very, very close to our exams and I didn't want to give you very, very difficult stuff, but these are very simple things. Will you all be able to do them? Yes. Will you all be following that? Can you tell me any one technique which you all will follow for sure next time you feel anxious or nervous? I'm getting a lot of yes. Okay, visualization. They are telling me nice, lovely. Okay, a lot of, okay, I'm getting a lot of yes. So I'm assuming you all are going to do all of it. Okay, okay, yes. Okay. Now, a lot of you all are waiting for my answers. I'm already getting a stock of questions. Okay, now that we have come, yeah, so Ayushi is saying affirmations, Amruta is saying visualization, Kanishka is saying meditation. Lovely. I'm so glad that we all know we'll be stressed out, but we should know how we can handle this stress, right? So that is what we are going to do. Okay, so very simple techniques which anybody and everybody can follow. Meditation, okay, gratitude, lovely. Okay. To thank God for the things I've got without any effort. Lovely Astha. Saurabh is saying meditation. Uh, Shubham is saying meditation, gratitude. Akanksha. Okay. Lovely. A lot of you are saying gratitude practice and meditation also. I'm so glad. So I'm so glad these tips are really going to help you all and you're going to follow it. Okay. Now we come to the questions because a lot of you are continuously asking me a lot of questions. Okay. Neeraj is saying meditation and mindfulness and manifestation. Lovely. It helped him clear last time also. Lovely. Kanika is saying gratitude. Okay. Shravant is saying that he'll try breaking his study sessions in 45-minute slots. Lovely. Great, great. Keshav is asking what will be after exam if he's appearing only one group. I didn't get your question, Keshav. Can you please explain me in detail? I'm just coming to the questions one by one now. Right. Okay. 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 Let me start with questions from the beginning. Auditing. Okay. Siddharth is asking whether it is very important that you need to write the words as the technical words used by the institute. See, what I can tell you is, as much as possible, try to use the language, right? But if your attempt, you've not written your attempt, but yes, the more you use their language, right, the technical language, the better it helps you score more marks. And the more number of times you do a particular thing, right, if you've done multiple revisions, what happens is it naturally registers in your memory. So he's getting very worried that how do I manage this. What I can tell you is, if you do multiple revisions, then it starts getting registered in your memory. Or you can directly make a list of things that you have to remember and you have to quote. So you are someone who's giving final CS, so your attempt is in November. So Siddharth, what you can do is, whatever is very important, make a list of it. And you think, I need to quote this, or I need to write this section or some particular thing, just go through the list every day. Don't make a conscious effort, but every day, when 15 minutes you're going through that list, it will automatically get registered in your memory, right? Farzeen is saying, my second revision is also taking the time like first revision. See, Farzeen, as I told you, it is very, very important at this stage that you trust your preparation. So whatever you marked in the first revision, please do only the important things. At this stage, you don't have time to cover each and every question, right? So whatever is important, you only cover that, and you trust yourself that the rest of it you'll be able to answer, right? So that is how you'll cover your second revision faster. Okay, a lot of people are asking me, how do I get MCQs in CA test series? If you download the app, you have the MCQs section, so you can go there and you can solve the MCQs. Kalyani is saying, can you repeat the back counting technique? Yes, back counting is basically closing your eyes, taking few deep breaths, and slowly and gradually counting. Maybe if 50 to 1, you can, like 50, 49, closing your eyes and doing this. And then whatever affirmation you want to make to yourself, you do that, right? That I'm prepared, or I am studying really well, I'm very confident, whatever that is coming to your mind, right? Then you again take few deep breaths, and then you can open your eyes, right? Ma'am, how to practice? There is a lot of questions of each chapter, hence there is a lot of confusion. See, Sheikh, first of all, first time when you're doing the conceptual understanding phase, that time you do each and every question, and you also mark what is very, very important. But at this stage, if you are someone who's giving the September attempt, please do questions which you have marked important. At this stage, you cannot solve every question, right? You may go through the questions if you're and just solve the important ones. Otherwise, if you have not done the markings, at least important ones you solve, the rest of it you go through and also do the markings at this point of time, right? So that it will really help you in your exams. Okay, 1 second. How to cover syllabus for chapter wise test and full syllabus for FR. So you can club your chapters according to the chapter wise test. Like if there are three chapters which are clubbed, you finish those, give the test, and once you're done with all these chapter wise tests, then you can give the 100 marks test. Okay, Vishal is asking, I do better in MCQ questions. I study theory also, but when I'm trying to write the answer, I seem as my mind getting blank. Due to this problem, I lack every time in exams and get less marks. See, Vishal, this might be happening because you're very, very stressed out during exams. So just make it a point that first you reach some time before, like your examination hall, and please stop studying when you leave your home. Just allow yourself to calm yourself down and relax. When you reach the exam center, don't study anything. Just ensure that you're doing normal breathing or deep breathing, and you relax yourself. So if you are prepared but you're getting tensed and you're not able to answer, that is a sign of stress, right? So ensure that before you start with the paper, you're reaching the exam hall well before time, and you are relaxing yourself. Deep breathing is something which will really help you here, and then you can start with your paper. So first, relaxing is very, very important. See, what happens is when we are very stressed out, even if we know things, we tend to make mistakes, right? So it is very important you ensure that your heartbeat is normal, right? You're not breathing fast, you're very calm and composed, and then only you start attempting your answers. So please reach the exam center before, and stop studying before, like, once you leave your house, no more studying, trusting yourself that yes, I know it really well. Okay. Next question is, I fear giving MTP or full course exam. I think that it would be better to give them once I complete my syllabus, and until the exam syllabus doesn't get completed, please tell me how to do full course exam. So as I told you, Devansh, if you are someone whose exam is in September, please, whatever you've done till now, that is it. Don't try to do new things. Instead, write mocks, because only when I write a mock, I understand where is it that I stand and what are my areas of weakness. So you still have time to work on your weakness. So mocks are very important. Also, as I told you, when you're writing mocks in the exam style, it will help you understand how to cover the portion also. So please now don't try to complete the balanced syllabus. Instead, focus on revision and paper writing, right? Shashank is asking, I don't know which study material to use. One is summarized and one is in detail. So at this stage, if your exam is very close and you have already done the detailed one, for revision, you can do the summarized one, right? If you are someone who's giving a September attempt. Pooja is asking how to manage revision of both groups on daily basis. You cannot manage revision of both groups on a daily basis. You can, at most take one or two subjects at a time, finish revising it and moving on to the next subject, right? At this stage. So I will recommend, because you have just 18 days left, take one subject, finish it, move on to the next, right? Okay. Guru Prasad is saying, in CA Enter, I'm left with 2 papers only, ma'am, and with 4 chapters of audit to cover. Can you guide me how to execute mock test? So if you are just someone who has 2 papers, you may first finish off those 4 chapters and then write mock tests for both these papers. And once you realize that these are weak areas, you can use the balance time to work on the weak areas and do a quick revision, because you only have 2 papers now. So this is specifically for Guru Prasad, right? Okay, a lot of y'all are saying no sound. I hope I'm audible to everybody. Okay, Dhruvi is saying that from the past 2 days she's studying for FM, but she's not able to. So just figure out, why are you not able to study? Are you really, really very stressed out? So I've given you all these techniques to work on your stress. If you are facing very negative emotions, Dhruvi, what you can do is simply write down what you're feeling, and however negative it is, just write down and tear off that paper. It will help you cool down and declutter your mind if that is something which is bothering you and not letting you study, right? Pulki is saying that audit, whatever she's studying, she feels she does not know it. She doesn't remember it. So that is a very normal feeling, that as the number of days go by, you feel that I don't remember things, right? So once you revise, please write a mock test. Once you write a test, it will give you a lot of confidence also, that yes, I am able to write and I'm able to study and remember what I have done before. So mock tests are something which will really help you. Shruti is asking May 2025 CA final strategy. So Shruti, first and foremost, what I'll tell you is, please focus on getting all the conceptual understanding well. First, you finish your concepts, then you move on to revision. And after every revision, please write a paper. And as I told you all, at least one set of paper in the exam style. Very important. Any level, foundation, inter, CA final, writing paper is very, very crucial. हम कितने साल के एमटीपी और आरटीपी करना जरूरी है? See, past 3-4 years MTP, if you can do, that is good enough, right? You need not go way back. Like past 3-4 attempts, if it is, because now you're short on time, past 3-4 attempts, papers is also okay, right? But current year's RTP, MTP, please don't miss doing it. Okay. More questions. Okay, did I miss answering any of your questions? Then you all can just retype. Okay. What is the best way to score good in descriptive part for SM, as I'm stuck in group 2 and it's my 12th attempt and 6th attempt for group 2, but still struggling to score? I hope today, whatever I told you all really helped you, Yash. I hope today's session helped you, and you have written this question before that. So I hope the session helped you and you are more clear now. Okay. I'll just see more questions which I have missed. Okay, Mayank is asking, I'm not able to attempt full pages, 10 to 15 marks questions are left, full paper, and always you tend to leave on 10 to 15 marks. So Mayank, that is because you're lacking writing practice, right? If you feel that at this stage concepts are really strong, then you can just focus on writing more and more papers, because what will happen is that will give you speed also, right? So you are basically lacking writing practice. So be it practical, be it theory, please ensure you're doing adequate writing practice. I hope this answered your query, Maya. Is saying that I practice the questions only in writing. So if you're doing that, start timing yourself, right? So start timing how you are going to, for 15 marks, how much time I'll take, or for 20 marks, how much time I'll take. That is how you have to time yourself and start writing and solving more questions. Shruti is asking how to prepare for audit. Shruti, when is your attempt? If it is in September, this is very late. So if it is your September attempt, please, whatever you've done, just do it, revise it for now, right? Don't don't try to do new things. Just revise what you've done at this stage, right? Okay. Prakul, you're asking for CA final. So because you missed a part of the session, what I can tell you is, first, please ensure your concepts are very, very clear. Then you move on to revisions and paper writing, right? Monica is asking how to overcome sleep. See, sleep is very, very crucial at this stage. At least getting 7 to 8 hours sleep is enough, is good, is needed, because you are studying so much, your body and mind need that rest. If you don't sleep for minimum 7 to 8 hours, what happens is it affects your overall focus and concentration and your productivity also. So what I can tell you is, stick to one time, right? If your 7 hours sleep is needed, but have a fixed sleep pattern, right? So now that exams are very close, ensure you're getting up and sleeping at the same time. And if you are a person who studies very late at night, then you can study late night and get up early in the not get up early, so that your 7 hours sleep is completed, right? So ensure you're getting a 7 hours sleep. Only thing what I want to tell you all is, from now, ensure you're not sleeping or taking naps in the 2 to 5 slot, because 2 to 5, your body and mind have to be very fresh. That is your exam time. So if you are someone who's taking a break in the afternoon, please don't do that. You can take it around 11:30, 12 if you are somebody in the morning, if you're somebody who gets up really, really early, right? So ensure that you're not sleeping. So your sleep timing is fixed and you're not sleeping in the afternoon. Okay. Okay. JC is asking, I've been putting a lot of effort into my final audit test series, focusing on delivering high quality content with a strong presentation. However, I've noticed that my score consistently ranges between 2.5 to 3.5. I'm aiming to improve my performance and would greatly appreciate any feedback on guidance how I can reach 4 to 5. See, JC, I understand you are a CA test series student. So what I can recommend is you can directly contact CA test series for this particular issue because it is audit specific, right? And ask them for their inputs because they would be the best to guide you. They have subject wise experts. So exactly what is it that is going wrong, they will be able to guide you. So you can connect with them and I'm sure that they will respond. They are very, very quick to respond to queries. Yes. Okay. Shiva, when you're saying you're not able to study and your mind is getting stuck, all these techniques which I told you, especially the mood changing technique wherein you breathe in for 4 counts, hold on for 4, exhale for 4, and again hold on for 4 counts, is a mood changer technique. It will really help you reduce your negative emotions and you will be able to study better. Right? Try it out. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think I have covered all your questions. If I've missed any, can you please retype again? Maybe in so many flow of questions, I missed a few. So I'll just wait for 2 minutes. If I missed answering any of your, you can retype. I will surely answer now and then we can end the session. Uh, okay, Ashish is asking for mood changer technique. So it's a very simple technique. Breathe in for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Hold on for 4. Hmm? Exhale for 4 and then again hold on for 4. Don't inhale again. After the 4 counts, you inhale. And you can do this for 3 to 4 minutes. It will help you control your negativity and your mood swing. Right? Kaushik is asking November 24 full test series or portion wise, which one is better? See, if you are someone who wants after every chapter you want to write a test, you can take the chapter wise test series. But along with that, 100 marks exams, minimum 2 exams is something which you have to write, right? So 100 marks is something which you have to write, right? Pooja is asking, is it okay to give time to all subjects, but majority time to one subject, both groups? See, what I can tell you is at this stage, see, CA exams are really unpredictable. If you really focus on one subject and that paper turns out to be really difficult, then it might really spoil your entire attempt, right? So you obviously you should have your strong subjects, but it should not be that the other subjects are avoided or not done, right? So strategize in such a way that you're getting exemptions in those 2 subjects. At the same time, you're studying well for the others, right? Not giving it very, very little attention. Okay. Aditi, she's asking whether the session will be available. Mostly CA test series should be uploading it on YouTube. I'm not very sure, but mostly they do upload these sessions. Okay, exam fear. See, I think one of y'all asked me about exam fear. So having exam fear is a very, very normal thing, right? But one thing is there when you are scared of something, right? If you are scared of a particular subject, if you keep asking yourself that why am I getting scared of that particular thing, maybe it will help you identify your weakness, right? So if it is a very, very subject specific, you can specifically ask yourself that what is it that is scaring me. It will help you understand and identify your weak areas. Right, one thing is that, and second thing is everybody is scared. There is nobody who does not have exam fear, right? But what you have to, if you're getting scared, you're getting scared because you're scared of losing a lot of things. So when you get such feelings, you ask yourself, what all am I going to gain once I become a CA or when I clear this attempt, right? So when you shift your focus to all the things that you're going to gain, naturally you will see you'll be able to channelize your energy and your mind to putting best efforts for this exam. Okay. See, you can all Mitali, you can always do rough working on the last page. You have to mention that it is rough work, right? But if you still have this query, you can directly ask CA test series about for this particular query, right? To gain confidence in AS portion and advanced accounts by ensuring that your conceptual clarity is very good. Second, that you are trying and solving a lot of questions. That is the only way of gaining confidence, right? Okay, who is remaining? Yash is asking that as of today, I'm done with full FM audit with 3 chapters and SM I've started. Okay. So Yash, I am assuming you're telling me your exam is now, right? So as I told you, if you have in the last attempt, I missed my attempt for 6 marks and I scored 94. So Yash, if you feel that this time you're really confident about, you're very, very confident about concepts, you can quickly finish off the balance chapters and you go more and more on paper writing. Because I understand, I think the previous question was also asked by you, you are lacking when it actually comes to paper writing. So you can try and solve more and more papers. Okay, because that will tell you where is it that you're falling short also. Okay. Prakul is saying, I tend to devote more than required time on some chapters. How can I track and control the same? So, Prakul, at this stage, when exams are very close, what I can tell you is you have limited time and you need to ensure that you're using it well, right? So, some chapters, if you're finding it really difficult and they take more time, so try to do it in a day we have some time when we are very, very productive and less productive. So what you can do is the very difficult chapters, if morning is your most productive time, try to do it at that time and the easier things in the second half or vice versa. So when your mind is very fresh, try to do the difficult things. They will get done faster, right? Okay, I think I've answered all your questions. Okay, if anybody has very, very specific subject-wise questions, CA test series, they've clearly told me that you can write to them and they will help you, like very, very subject-specific, or how you can particularly score well in so and so subject, or, in CA test series, you're scoring less. How can I score more? You can directly direct it to them and they will surely answer because they have proper subject-wise experts. Yeah. Uh, Mudassir is asking strategy for November 24 Group 1. This is my 8th attempt. Group 2 cleared in 3rd. This time I scored 140, passed in all subjects, but failed in aggregate. See, Mudassir, what I can tell you is if you feel by this attempt you're very, very clear with your concepts, you just focus on writing multiple papers at this time. One thing what I feel is maybe you are just doing the conceptual understanding again and again, right? And you're doing the same material again and again. Instead, at this point of time, just try solving different questions, and that you can do by writing different papers, past papers, mock tests, RTPs, or test series. Try to solve different questions, and then you will understand your weakness and you can work on that. Because your attempt is in November, you still have time. I think Jyoti, you missed the starting of the session. So, right way to study for your Jan 25 attempt at this stage is, Jyoti, finish your concepts really, really well. Right? If you're not able to study long hours, I told you, divide your day in shorter sessions so that 45 minutes, take a break, 45 minutes. So what will happen? One, your focus level will be very high. Second, you don't tend to get exhausted. Himanshu, you want to join one-to-one mentoring, so you can connect with me, or you can even connect with CA Test Series and ask them to connect with me. Right? I do take one-to-one mentoring programs. Okay. I think I am. Mitali is saying she's been studying, but she tends to forget. See, Mitali, if you are someone who feels that I'm studying, but I'm not able to remember things, please write papers, because that is the time you'll understand that what is that specific area. See, it's not possible you forget 100%. That is just not possible. So where is it that I'm forgetting things? That is something you have to focus on, right? So that you will understand only when you write papers. So write mock test. That will help you identify that what are you forgetting and what is it that you've still not understood maybe. So if it is a particular concept, you can always strengthen the concept at this stage. Okay, fine. I think I have answered all your questions now. I really hope you all found these sessions helpful, right? And all the best for your exams. At this stage, as I told you all, please focus on things you have done. If your exam now is in September, just focus on revision and paper writing, right? And very important, please trust yourself that whatever you've studied, you will be able to remember and you will be able to write, right? Okay. See, a lot of y'all are saying that external factors are not letting you study. What I can tell you all is this is your attempt, right? This is your future. So, whatever other factors, you have to tell your mind that I have to use this balanced time really well, because everything else, my social media, YouTube, everything else will be the same, but I'm not getting this time again, right? So, ensure you make best use of this time. If, ensure that from today to the last day, you're making every day count. And first and foremost, after this session, please ensure you have your strategy in place and your plan in place so that your mind is not spending time in procrastination and overthinking. Instead, you have a goal for every day and what you have to study, right? And when you feel negative or stressed out, today I've given you all tips, very, very simple ones. Please try following them. Yes. So all the best for your exams. Thank you very much. Thank you for being so interactive, and thank you for your response. And I hope this session really helped you. So Monica, as I told you, you will get the recording. There'll be a recording of the session, so you need not worry. Right. And Vanshika, even if you're feeling nervous for giving mocks, please do give, because that is something that will give you confidence. Now you're nervous, but once you give and you score good marks, it will help you increase your confidence also. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye. Take care. And all the very best. Yes. And have faith in yourself and in your preparation. Thank you. Bye bye. Welcome, welcome, Monica. Welcome, Anuradha. Welcome, everybody. Thank you. Welcome, Ram Balaji. Bye bye. All the very best, all of you. Bye.